What's a roguelike? Well, it's obviously a game that's like 1980s Rogue. Done and done. Roll credits. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you guys. Anyway, here's some important cliff notes regarding roguelikes. First up, here are some key features in nearly every roguelike. Number 1, the game hates you. Number 2, no, seriously, the game hates you. Number 3, permadeath, because the game hates you. Number 4, random generation of maps and whatnot. Number 5, hate you, the game does. Those 5 are in nearly every roguelike, with very few exceptions. Dungeons of Dreadmore lets you turn off permadeath, for example. There's a few other things that are quite common, but not nearly as omnipresent. Number 1, RPG elements such as experience points and leveling up. Even if there's no literal experience points and level system, I can't think of a roguelike that does not let you improve your character in some way. Number 2, bang potions. These are named after the potions in Rogue and its more popular successor NetHack, where potions were symbolized with an exclamation point. And programmers refer to an exclamation point as a bang. Anyway, bang potions have an unknown effect that's consistent for each game. Game 1, a swirling potion may be one of healing. In Game 2, it might be liquor. And in Game 3, it might increase your strength. Now, all swirling potions in Game 1 are potions of healing. That remains consistent. But in general, there is no, or rather limited, ability to identify these things aside from chugging them down and hoping for the best. Number 3, multiple character classes / options. Note that it's not required that these classes be even in usefulness. NetHack included the rather weak tourist class, in part so people who had mastered NetHack could choose a less prepared character for their dungeon dives. Number 4, limited grinding. Most commonly this is done with food. Only certain monsters drop anything edible, and that food might go bad given time, so if you just stand around killing everything to get levels, you could legitimately starve to death. There's other ways though. For example, in FTL Faster Than Light, if you spend too long in a sector, the rebel fleet catches up to you, and all you get it in Node is a tough fight with no goodies for your trouble. Number 5, they are often turn-based. This is generally what divides roguelikes from games that draw influence from roguelikes. So, cliff notes. It's generally a very difficult dungeon-crawling RPG with permadeath. You have a lot of wiggle room with the presentation, however. Looking back on it, Toe Jam and Earl for the Genesis was probably the first roguelike I ever played, and that game is about as radical, colorful, 90s, and funky as you can get without being arrested. A couple other terms of interest regarding roguelikes. Yet another stupid death. Rarely will your characters die because they kick down a door and find a giant dragon on the other side. No, more often you'll just get worn down fighting normal mooks and not have the resources to escape in time when you didn't realize you were in too deep. Would you like your possessions identified? NetHack wouldn't identify many things for you. You could easily be carrying around yellow gems that turn out to be pieces of worthless yellow glass. However, upon death, the game would gleefully offer to identify all your possessions, which you would always take it up on, and always curse that you were holding a +3 sword of ant slaying in your backpack while getting murdered by a horde of soldier ants or something. Anyway, your brain should now have the proper plug-in to understand what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about roguelikes.